welcome to Vlogmas Day 17. Welcome back, those of you who are my fabulous subscribers. Thank you so much for supporting me and following me on this journey of mine. For those of you that are new, welcome. My name is Allison, or Allie. I go by both, and I am a flight attendant for a major U.S. airline. I am currently doing Vlogmas, as you can see, so feel free to check out all those videos that I've made up until this point. Today I was on call from midnight to 10 a.m. as usual. It is like 1 o'clock right now. I just ate some lunch and I am off call. So once 10 a.m. hits, I am no longer available to be called for a trip or any sort of assignment. So I am done for today. I thought I would go ahead and sit down with you guys and kind of let y'all get to know me. I took to my Instagram. If you're not already following me, be sure to check that out and I'll link it in the description box. I do like to ask you guys your opinion, votes and things like that on what you guys want to see more of and stuff like that. And you guys voted for a get to know me video, so I thought I would do 25 facts about me, just kind of letting y'all in a little bit. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. So to start off, I was born in Houston, Texas, but I was raised in Tomball, Texas. I have two kids. I have a 6-year-old son and I have a 4-year-old daughter. My son will be 7 soon, so he's more like 6.5 really. I danced competitively for 14 years. I did that from the age of 2 until right before I turned 17. And I quit just because my feet were not made to be a dancer forever. I just have bad feet. They just aren't very good. My zodiac sign is a Cancer. My birthday is in July, early July. I am a July baby. So I am a crab. My hobbies would include YouTube, because this is definitely a hobby of mine that I am trying to, fine tune and get better at. And I love crafting. I love taking something that's nothing and making it shine and making it new. I love doing house projects and things like that. And if y'all want to see those videos maybe sometime, like this video or comment below. I have 2 siblings. I have a brother and a sister. I am the oldest of us 3. So I am the big bad older sister. And then I have my brother who's in the middle, and then my sister who's the youngest. And I mentioned before, she's a flight attendant as well for a major legacy U.S. airline. I don't speak any other languages, but I do like to pretend like I can speak Spanish. I took Spanish 1, like Intro to Spanish, so many times. And growing up, my dad always would try and speak words in Spanish and stuff like that. So my pronunciation is really, really good. I've been told by people who speak the language that I have very good enunciation for the words. Like, I can read something in Spanish, I just don't know what it means. So I am pretty good at it. Maybe one day I'll be fluent. I would like to. It's just hard. It is hard to kind of learn a new language while just, living life and keeping a busy schedule. My husband is fluent. He has he works with a lot of Hispanic Latinos and Latinas, and he has, just from being around them, picked up the language himself. So he knows enough to converse. You just can't speak to him too fast. But he is what I would say is fluent, which I think is just incredible. I am a child at heart, so my favorite movie of all time is The Little Mermaid. I could watch that thing on repeat. I know every single word to the movie, every song, everything. Ariel is my girl. I dressed up as Little Mermaid every single year, probably until I couldn't fit into the outfit anymore. Probably till the age of 10. I was the Little Mermaid. I love that movie. My favorite food is pretty much anything with carbs. I have a weakness for pasta, bread, pizza, anything pretty much. But my favorite restaurants would be fast food mostly, is Panda Express and Chick-fil-A. Those are my go-tos. I'm always going there. My husband hates it because I'm always going there for food. I'm always wanting to eat there. My favorite vacation memory is really any vacation that included my dad. He passed away earlier this year in March, and I miss him a lot. He was a pilot, for those of you that don't know, or I've mentioned it before in previous videos, but he was a pilot for United Airlines for over 30 years, and he was my person. Like, we were best friends. So my favorite vacation memory is anything I have with him. Any flying memory I have of getting to travel with my dad is my favorite vacation. My favorite stores, and this is a problem because I like to shop, is Target and Ross by far. Those two are places that I always go to, and I can almost always find something, even if I went in for nothing. I'm sure y'all understand what I mean. My worst habit is biting the skin that's around your nails, like your cuticles and stuff. And again, that's why I wear nails. Like, these are not nail salon nails. I just wear glue-ons because they're easier. I like that my nails are still healthy afterwards, but I keep them on so that I won't bite because it's a problem. The farthest I've ever traveled was to Europe. I went to Germany when I was 17, and I went there for 2 weeks. We went to multiple different places in Austria. We went to Innsbruck, Graz, St. Johann, and Salzburg. And then we spent a day in Venice, Italy, which was super, super fun. But my favorite places were definitely Venice and Innsbruck. I loved Innsbruck. I would go back there in a heartbeat. It was so beautiful. And I mean, Venice is just, it's just gorgeous, gorgeous. Y'all have to go see it. The longest relationship I've ever had was with my husband, or is with my husband. We've been married almost 9 years. We'll make 9 years coming up in April of next year. And before that, I dated, but I didn't really ever have a relationship really with someone. The longest one, I think, before I met my husband was maybe 6 months. And then we met, and that was it. We were married very young. I was 20 when we got married. He was 21, and I turned 21 like 3 months later. A few of y'all might have noticed in my videos that I have a scar on my chin. I'm going to show it to you guys. It's right here. Right there. I was 4 or 5, and I was walking a neighbor's dog that we were dog sitting because they were out of town, and I remember I had its leash wrapped around my wrist, and we were at the front door, and I remember my dad walking away for some reason, and when he did, the dog followed him, and it pulled me down, and I hit my chin on a brick step. I don't remember the pain, but I remember banging on the front door. It's funny the things we remember when we were little, but I ended up getting 6 stitches in my chin. It used to be, actually when I busted it, I think it was up here, from what I was told. But of course, as you grow, it's now below my chin, which is kind of nice because it hides. But about 2 weeks after I had gotten the stitches taken out, or no, 2 weeks after getting the stitches, I busted it again running in the kitchen 2 weeks later and had to get 6 more stitches. So yeah, that's where my scar comes from. I had braces for 2 years when I was younger, and then I finished it off when I was a junior, almost senior. My whole senior year of high school I had braces. So my teeth are not naturally straight. In fact, I need to go back because I lost the top retainer and I can tell my teeth are shifting. I hate it. I also want to get them whitened, but that's a whole different thing. But I had braces for 4 years of my life. I was bullied in about 5th grade. I was always bullied for stupid stuff. I mean, I know that people have it worse, but for me, my bullying included people bullying me for being nice to those special kids and things like that. Kids are just cruel in general, and I am determined for my kids to know that it's not okay and to always stand up for somebody, because I wish somebody had done that for me. I have 3 tattoos. They are all hideable with clothing because as a flight attendant, I cannot have tattoos that are showing out of the uniform pieces, so that you can't cover up basically everything that, if you have a tattoo even on your arm, it has to be able to be covered with the uniform. But my 3 tattoos, one's on my back. I have a star. I have a tattoo on my hip in memory of my grandmother. It looks horrible. I'm not even going to show anyone. And then I have one on my hip that is so low, you gotta be my husband to see it. Anyways, it's just a heart. It's a little bitty heart. I am a Christian. I do believe in God. I'm not gonna push religion on anybody. I'm not that person. But if you ask me where I get my strength from and all of that, it's my faith in a higher being, in the Lord. That's my belief. I'm not going to push it on anybody. I do not want any more kids at all. I do not want any more kids. I'm done. Me and my husband are both in sync on that. We do not want any more kids at all. The 2 that we have are plenty. I can spoil them rotten. Honestly, we can't afford to have any more children. It's expensive. So no, we are done. I am superly overcritical of myself. I'm a lot harder on myself than I am of anybody. I tend to just take things too personally, I think, and I'm learning not to do that the older I get and the more I live and learn, but I'm definitely critical of myself. I am very competitive. I am so competitive. So competitive. Me and my husband both have this in common, which is why we can't play games together ever, because we just can't. And I think that's because I danced and he played football. So we're both just very competitive people. We always try to one-up each other, and it's a problem. One day I've always talked about this, but I was a hairdresser for 9 years, well, going on my 9th year of being licensed, but 8 years behind the chair before becoming a flight attendant. And I always thought one day I would own a salon. So we'll see. Maybe one day I will. I haven't fully decided yet if that's going to happen, or if I would ever go back to working behind the chair, but maybe one day if I get tired of flying so much, I can have that as my back burner idea. Maybe own, but I don't think I would want to work for somebody. I would want to own my own salon or something like that. And on that note, I did not always want to be a flight attendant. Well, excuse me, that's kind of a lie. It's part truth, part half, whatever. But I wanted to be a flight attendant growing up from the time that I was little bitty, because I was raised in it because of my dad. I was raised in the airline industry. I always knew I wanted to be a flight attendant. Then for a very short window of time after I got married, and I finished beauty school shortly after getting married, and I decided I wanted to be a homemaker. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom and wife and all that. I decided that once I had kids, I was gonna stay home, and that was it. I wasn't gonna work. But it wasn't till I had kids that, and I'm gonna get really candid on this last part and then the last fact about me with you guys, but it wasn't until I had kids that I realized staying home is not for me. I will go crazy. I can't do it. I'm not the stay-at-home mom type. I'm not a homemaker. I enjoy being home with them and spending time with my family, but I am not meant to do it at home. For those of you that stay home and you are a stay-at-home mom, that is amazing. You go, girls. Like, I think so highly of you guys because y'all do the most. On that note, something you may not know about me just by looking at me, nobody would, I feel like. And when I bring this up to people, they're like, I would never know that you went through that. But I suffered severely with postpartum depression after having both my kids. It was really bad with my son. It almost broke up our marriage. It really did. And then I had it again with my daughter. But anyways, that's a whole nother video. If y'all want to see a video on postpartum depression and just all that, how I dealt with it and stuff, and my story, comment below. I'm not going to get into too much detail about it. I might cry. Anyways, that's it for 25 facts about me. I hope that helped y'all get to know me a little bit. If there's anything else you would like to know, please feel free to comment below. Thank you so much for watching today's video, you guys, and I will see y'all tomorrow. I am on call again at midnight. So we'll see what happens. Bye. Thanks for watching.